Hello guys, Newbury Biker. Thanks for joining me today. Today I'm going to do a quick look and a first impressions of a new piece of kit I've bought. And what I've bought at the moment, which I bought with my own money, so there's no sponsorship for this one, is what I think and what I hope is a good backpack for my wild camping. Now, there's a couple of things I looked at as criteria, and that was, from experience, I needed a bag size bigger than 60 litres but no bigger than 80. So I found a backpack, ideally 70 litres, 65 maybe, 70 litres probably better, no more. Something that is in keeping with what I do, in the sense it's a non-loud colour, so it needs to be green, khaki, camouflage, something like that, rather than bright colours. I also, during my research, come across a pack that had a very good feature. You can, for example, you have most of the conventional backpacks you would load from a single top entry, possibly with a bottom entry for like a shoe compartment or something of that nature, with large pockets on the side. Now I wanted something like that, obviously, but something a bit more convenient to get in and out of. So what I found is this backpack here, guys, which is a Mardingtop. Now, it is a Chinese make. It's the tactical backpack, and it's 70 litres. Now, be careful if you look this up, because you can get a 65 litre, a 70 litre, and a 75 litre online, and they're all slightly different. But this one has a few benefits that I liked. And the number one benefit, which is that it can be laid on the floor like this, and you can open the bag from the top and put your gear in, so you can organise it and not have to sort of stuff it all in. There's nothing worse than taking things out of a bag up on end and it becoming limp, if you like, and all falling over the place, and you can't get in to the bottom items. So we'll cover that in a second. Right, so I'll just show you around the bag. So this is the bag. I'll show you the labelling on the bag first. I'll just move the chair back a second. And that's the labelling. So it's a tactical backpack. Its brand is a Mardingtop. Its fabrics are polyester. The product ID, if you wanted to know that, is M6480. It's a khaki colour and it's made in China. And it looks a good bit of kit. So first of all, on the details, is we open it the right way around. Tells you a little bit about the company. And I'm not promoting the company at the moment. I'm just using a piece of kit which I bought myself, but it's been around since 1986, and they've got experience in building all sorts of bags, and they've done lots of military equipment in a nutshell, and bike backpacking stuff. So I'll just flip this one. Everything's upside down, isn't it? So this is the best-selling series, which is a tactical backpack. And they also do cycling backpacks and internal frame backpacks and various other things and bags. And this is the detail on the bag itself, and I can just run through a few things for you. So it's got a patch area for those who like patch areas, which is here, where you can stick on your UK patches and so on, and military things if you want to do that. Okay, it's got a water resistant outer fabric. It says it's durable and water resistant, prevents water from penetrating the case, keeping your gear dry. It's also got a full set. All the buckles and zips are all YKK, and they all look good quality. So we have on the side of the bag, I'll run through this on the bag itself in a minute, but we got compression straps. So when you're not using your side pockets, you can compress the dimensions of your sack down to make it nice and narrow and less obvious. Not going to get snagged on things and whatever. You can also use those compression straps for attaching roll-up mats and tarps and all sorts of stuff. And below the main side pockets, you've got a side pocket which has a cinch facility and is also made of a similar fabric. There is molly around the whole bag, as you can see, so you can attach all sorts of bits and bobs. Use a carabiner, small carabiners and elastic bungees and whatever to attach all sorts of things, from hats to coats to whatever you want. Okay, and it says here, look, it's got YKK zippers. Okay, that's on the actual, what I call the front of the bag. And then on the back of the bag, which goes against your back, you've got your D-shaped loops on your shoulder straps for attaching things, with carabiners and things. That's on both sides. And you've got a really good shoulder pads on here, which are well padded with high density foam, and they're mesh, so for breathability. You've got a chest strap with YKK buckles, and that's an adjustment to hold your straps in and make you feel snug inside the bag. You've got a internal sort of frame to it, but it's a sheet of some sort of a plastic material, so it's not like a H frame or something like that. So it's nice and light and easy to carry, and that has 8 different settings on it, with a low, medium and high, and then various other stages beyond for your torso length. Okay, and I'll show you the bag a bit now. So we'll start on the front. We'll start on the back, actually, the part that fits onto your back. So, will it stand up? No, it won't. Or just flip it over. So, on the bag, the torso length can be adjusted by lifting the Velcro strap up, and you take this out and move the Velcro into different positions through, you can see, through the various loops. Okay, so at the moment that's set on large, just because it is. You've got a lifting handle, you've got a load adjustable retention straps for your shoulders onto your shoulder pads. Your shoulder pads have molly on them as well, various places, and D-rings. A torso sternum adjustable buckle, YKK, to hold your shoulder straps on. And if you look at the material, I think it's pretty nice and soft and good and airy, and it's all padded all the way down here, look, right down to your lower back. Round the waist belt is actually all padded and vented with mesh as well. On the right hand side of the bag, if you're wearing it, you have a zip compartment within the belt, and that's just a plain compartment. There's nothing in there, just a space to put things like, you could put a monocle in there, or a set of thin gloves, compass, all sorts of stuff. And on the left hand side of the bag, as you're wearing it, you have the same size pocket, but it has a mesh front, so you can see what's going on inside your bag if you needed to, if you wanted anything to ventilate. The waist belt itself is a really good construction, and it's the type where you would click the buckles together and then you pull from both left and right, so you can maintain the buckle in the center of your body as such and adjust it that way. Moving on to the side of the bag, and they're both the same, so I'll show you one side and you can see. But you have a outer pocket here which runs right down to the bottom, and that has a cinch facility, and you can pop in, for example, the bottom of your foldable zigzag mat, for example, and then that can be strapped under this compression strap round the side. You've also got molly webbing all the way down, and this is actually the pocket. So I'll open the buckle of the pocket, and in the pocket, on their layers that are likely to get wet, you've got like a lining on it. So there's 2 layers there, and the stitching looks pretty good, really. And that's the pocket, and it's huge, to be honest. Huge pocket. So this pocket here, look, for example, there's a 1 litre plastic container, and it has water in it. And that will just slip straight in there with one-handed. You can see there's room in there for another one. There's a 1 litre round bottle, and that goes in there as well. So there's 2 litres, 2 litre bottles gone in there, and you've got loads of room at the top, probably about a quarter or a third more. The top of the bottle's about there, and that's that. You know, there's no stress on that whatsoever, as in it accommodates it very easily. And of course, with these load straps, which all have nice elasticated sections on to like cater for any loose slack, you can just cinch that up, keep it nice and steady. Top comes down like that, and just put the buckle in, which is dead easy, one-handed. Nip it up, and you've still got room in here for putting all sorts of things. I reckon you could get your tarp and your hammock, and just in one pocket alone. So far, the facilities on it, you can't fault it. Even on the bottom, you've got molly, so you can string something up underneath if you wanted to. Like you'd hang your mat underneath. Underneath there's a pocket with a rain cover in it, and that rain cover is nice and roomy. And with the khaki bag, you actually get a green rain cover with it's got the logo on, Mardingtop, but that bag is huge. It will go right over the bag, including things that you've probably got on the outside, and that's lanyarded on. You can remove it, but it's got a lanyard to prevent you losing it. And my thoughts were that on a wet day, if you wanted to put your bag on the ground, you could take this and put it on the section that goes on your back and put it on the ground, keeping all the muck and wet off of it, and then you can open this bag right up and get your gear out. So what I've done, guys, is this is over the part that goes on your back. So under here is your shoulder straps and such, and I've just popped the rain cover on. So if you turned up on your camping site and you flip that on that side of the bag, then what you can do, now that you've got the bag waterproof from the ground, is open the bag up. So normal way of opening a bag would be to open the top while it's up on end, open it up like that, and access it stood up on end. But on this bag, because it's clever, I'll go straight to the main feature and come back to the outside at the moment. You can undo this cinch cord. So you've got cinch cords across the back in 2 places, which allow you to again attach things on, or stops your bag coming undone, I guess, while you're walking. It would stop the zips coming down. So I'll undo the first one, and you can flick that over because this acts as a stop, so it doesn't open all the way at that point. Okay, and you can access your bag on the floor with all your kit packed in like that. Okay, just pop round to this bag. This has Molly on as well, and this has again a lining on the surface on the outside layer, so it's a dual surface, and that is a nice fair size bag which you can put all sorts of stuff in, like your fire starting kit or your wash bag or whatever. And then removing the next cinch strap, you can then take the zip both sides all the way down, and the whole bag opens like that, which I think is a cracking idea. Okay, on the inside of the back section, you have a 50% size, I guess, is a mesh pocket with a zip on it. Again, YKK. All the outside surfaces are double skinned, including here, look. All these molly attachments for organising things, like put torches and clip things on, and so you can organise yourself and find things. You can open it up and they're there attached. So lots of possibilities there. In the main compartment, I've just put these items in for something to be in it. But the main reason I wanted this size of sack is because I like hammock camping, and that's my Dura 2 sleeping bag. That's my Dura DD under blanket. I've got a DD 3x3 tarp, which incidentally could easily fit in one of the side pockets. So we'll just take that out for the minute. Here is my DD travel hammock, which can be used on the floor or in the tree, which I've covered on other videos. Okay, put that out of the way. Take me under blanket, multicam under blanket out, and then I will take out the Dura 2 sleeping bag, which is a 3-season hammock bag with a central zip. Inside you have a elasticated pocket which runs 3/4 of the length of the back of the bag, and that I believe is probably designed for a hydration pack, but you could put a laptop, for example, in there easy. A 12-inch one easy. You could probably get a 17-inch one in there, but if you wanted to take such an item with you, there is a zipped compartment above, which I'll show you here, but it is for the back, the reinforcement, which is like a plastic section inside, some sort of a plastic nylon. So you could put things in there if you wanted, but it's not really designed for that. There is a pipe, bit of Velcro for attaching your water pipe, and there is a hole in the back there which allows you to put your hydration pipe outside of the bag so you can drink from it. In the side you have 2 internal elasticated topped pockets, which are about I would say a third of the depth of the bag, maybe a bit less, a quarter. And there's 2 of them. There's one on the left, one on the right, and you can see from that how roomy they are. Okay, it's my hand inside, plenty roomy. Okay, there's no pockets in the bottom and no bottom access, so but you have all of this, which is, in my opinion, great. So I'll just pop the bags back in and zip it up. You hold tight. So it just swallows up my Dura 2 sleeping bag. Under blanket. In goes 3x3 tarp. Of course, the elasticated section that I've put on makes it difficult. It's sort of crimping the bag in a bit, but otherwise it would be brilliant. I could take this off just for ease. 1 second. Right, so I've just dropped the elastic off that, so it gives it a bit more mobility. In goes my hammock. So we're sort of fullish, but to be honest, these 2 units could go in the side pockets easily, very easily. So I'll just zip it back up, so we flick it over. This is one-handed, so you can see the quality of the zips once they get going. Just get that started. It was a bit right, so you get that up to there. Okay, stand it up on end in the chair. Okay, and in the top you have a cinch strap across the top of the bag, so if you're not using it, it sort of gives it a bit of stability. Or if you take the top hood off with a pocket in, and all your things don't try and fall out. So you remove that cinch strap, you have an outer cinch or elastic here. It's not elastic, it's paracord actually. An elastic here to adjust, start again. We have a paracord type cinch with a toggle. It's not elastic. And inside we have another one on like an inner baffle, and we can open that up, and that effectively extends the rucksack as well. If you wanted more space in it, look, it extends it, assuming you can get the lid over or the flap. And there's the bag from the top traditional entry point there. Okay, so I'll just close that up. So I've just closed that up, guys. I put the retaining strap across. It also has elastic here to tidy away type section, which makes it nice and tidy. Inside, which is a nice touch of the bag, or inside of the top lid, is distress information like whistle blowing, hand signals, SOS numbers 911 and 011 and whatever. And then you've got some guides to use an analog watch as a compass with the instructions written on inside, which I think is a good little touch. And just flicking the lid over, and I reckon if you were to extend that top section like I just showed you from underneath, there'd be room at least 3 inches more to come up on that back section, so you could loft the bag out again and increase the capacity of the bag. So what we do is we'll just connect these straps. Oh, wrong one, isn't it? It's this one. There is a lot of straps on the bag, but that's a good thing, I think. Gives you options. Okay. So I've just attached those. On the top, on your top compartment, you have molly again on the top. You have cinch straps to cinch it down, and load straps, so you could put some sort of a floor mat or a tent on top like that. And again, YKK buckles and elastication to keep it tidy. Okay, so on the top, just a repeat, you have cinch straps, and you can use them for holding down rolls, tents, tarps, whatever you like, and loads of molly so you can secure things on. Just tip them back out of the way, and we'll open the top pocket, which again is YKK zip. Inside, again, on the outer surfaces, we have a double fabric, a lining effectively, and that compartment must be at least 5 maybe even 8 litres, maybe 8 litres. It's lovely, really. And you can pick the whole thing up from here. And I can't wait to get out and use it. But of course, it's only for walking, in the sense if I go bike packing, I shan't be taking this. But it's just the right bit of kit, and that's what it looks like at the moment. Just sat on the chair. What I will do is pop it on my back and give you a sort of model's view of what it looks like. I've got the backpack on. I've got it snugged up nice and comfy. I'll just show you how easy if you adjust the waistband, you just pull them back like that. Get hold of the two ends. Just pull them evenly, like that. Slide the elastic, tidy up around, like so. This is adjusted, that's adjusted. You've got your load-bearing straps, which you can pull in here. But of course, there's not a huge load in it at the moment. And if I just show you the side, that's the empty pocket. And I haven't cinched it up, it could be smaller there. And this is the back of the bag, which is tidied up. This is the side pocket, and that's got 2 litres of water in that, believe it or not. That pocket, and I can't feel the weight. It feels really comfy, and I think it's going to be good. I mean, it's got all my hammock stuff in the sense it's got the hammock, the tarp, the under blanket, the sleeping blanket or sleeping bag. I've also got 2 litres of water in it at the moment. Now, if I was going out, I'll be putting me other things in, like me a few bits and bobs, clothes and whatever. Me Triangi 27, some fuel, some food, knives, things that you use when you're out bushcrafting and wild camping. And I think it's absolutely brilliant so far. It looks good, and the quality looks good. So, of course, I'll have to come back to you in the future, having used it a few times, and let you know how I find it. But so that's the bag. I'll just give you one more look at from the side, from the rear, and from the side again. And I've packed the rain cover away in the bottom. And of course, it's nowhere near capacity at the moment. And like I say, it's marketed as a 70 litre bag. And I think this is just the right size for going camping. More so if you're hammock camping, because there's a couple of other bulky items, not necessarily heavy, but there's a few more bulky items you would take. And I think it would be spot on. So, there we are. Thank you very much for joining me on this short video. If you like what I do, please subscribe. I'm trying to get a video out every Friday at 6 o'clock or 1800 hours of some description. At the moment, it tends to be camping accessories and camping equipment. The motorbikes are still on the agenda, so don't worry about that. And once a month, I'm going to do a changing of the flag video, which will be very short, and it will just be, what flag am I putting up this month? And it will be, if possible, a patriotic type, UK type flag. I will only resort to other flags if the month in question doesn't allow for anything to be flown normally from the UK. So I'll be doing like Remembrance, Armistice, St. George's Day. I'll probably will do the patron saints of Wales and Scotland and Ireland as well. But that's where we are with that, and maybe even some of our territories, I might fly their flags on certain days. So keep tuned. They'll come out as and when, once a month. There's like Billy bonuses in between the regular post. Thanks a lot, guys. As always, ride safely and camp safely.